You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
I thought jumped out to me was this Cardinals-Titans game, bro. This Cardinals-Titans game is going to be good. Now, this is a game that is at 1 o'clock, so you can watch this before the Dolphins game. Titans, obviously, we got Tannehill at quarterback. We got Derrick Henry, King Henry at running back. We got Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. I'm excited to see those two dogs on the field together. Tannehill got no excuse, bro. You got no excuse at all. You got arguably the best running back. You got two of the best running backs, and probably the as far as size is concerned, size and skill combination, probably the best in the league. Not probably, the best in the league when it comes to size and skill. The best tandem in the league. The only one that comes close is AJ Green and Nuck over there with the Cardinals, which is the team that they're playing. So that's why this game is it's really intriguing. And of course Kyler Murray, I still think he's has a chance to be one of those best quarterbacks in the league. So we'll see how he progresses in this year. And I think the Cardinals added a couple of pieces defensively too. I can't think right now, but I feel like they added a couple of pieces. Tennessee's defense was always pretty decent as well. They did make the playoffs last year, one playoff game. So yeah, I think this game is the other good game to watch. Tennessee playoff team, Arizona almost a playoff team last season, but they were always right on the cusp of making the playoffs. If it wasn't for a couple of plays here and there, they probably would have made the playoffs. But as far as this game is concerned, you got Tennessee -3 in this game. So Tennessee favored to win by a field goal in this game, which I think is about right. Sounds about right. And I'm gonna go with the experts on that. Just based on the tandem that I talked about. I think Julio Jones, weirdly, is playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's been one of the best receivers of this era, and he is playing with something to prove, which sounds crazy because you're Julio Jones. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame, and for you to be playing with a chip on your shoulder with AJ Brown, and you're not the number one. I mean, it's 1A, 1B as far as the receivers are concerned, and it's not all on you. You got Derrick Henry back there running the ball like a truck. So, and Tannehill, we know, is a serviceable quarterback. If he has those pieces around him, which he never had those type of pieces in Miami, if you put those pieces around him, he's a serviceable quarterback. He can make plays. He can run and get you a first down when you need it, when all else fails. So yeah, I think Tennessee is kind of a dark horse pick to make it very far this season based on that addition to Julio Jones. And I think that they win this game over Arizona. I would say 28-21.
Perfect. Same exact score I would have probably got. But yeah, I totally agree with everything that you're saying. But rather than saying the tandem, I think they got the trifectas. They got the trifectas. They got AJ Brown, they got Julio Jones, and then you got not Derrick Henry, John Henry, big John Henry in the back. You feel me? Like an 18-wheeler that's gonna run your ass over, drag by 2-3 players if you try to tackle me. So I really think, and Tannehill, he's a reasonable quarterback. He's the Alex Smiths. He's the let me see, not the quarterback whisperer. He's the individual that can just manage the game as best as he can. He's a great game manager. So personally, like what you said, if anything breaks down, he can run. This guy's his whole career been a wide receiver, so he could take hits. majority of the time, like, I wouldn't say he's injury prone because, it just was unfortunate, Calais Campbell wind up doing what he did that injured him. And it was not even a penalty, I mean, you can't go for the quarterback's knees. And that's exactly what he did. He did not want to take the advice of the team. He wanted to heal naturally, and then he wound up getting injured again. So that's the only knocks in his cape. If you was to call him Superman of the team, that's the only little dent that he had in as far as with injury. But as far as criticism, he knows the criticism. He had a lot of criticism down here. So I know that he's well prepared because he's not trying to go back to having that negative criticism, especially when you have that trifecta of a team around you and you got a decent defense. You got a good defense. You got great wide receivers. You got a power running back in John Henry, not Derrick Henry, John Henry in the back. Yeah, that's my new name for him, John Henry, and I really feel like Kyler Murray gonna find a way, even though I think Kyler Murray is a real good quarterback. I think a lot of people are, not really talking about him the way they should be talking about him because he's a real good quarterback. I remember when the Dolphins played him and Tua and him was going back to back. I was like, yo, we got the quarterback, like 34, 30, we really was throwing the ball. So me personally, I think that he's going to do his thing also. But I really feel like they don't have the power that Tennessee Titans bring with A.J. Brown, with Julio Jones, like what you said, he's not trying to prove. This is someone that anyone can say is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Only thing that he don't have is a Super Bowl. And a lot of people don't have Super Bowls, and they're still in the Hall of Fame because Hall of Fame is an individual accolade. So for me, I think Julio is going to have that chip on his shoulder, like what you said. He's people's knocking him because he was injured the last few years. But when he's on the gridiron, you're going to have to focus on that guy.
Yeah.
You can't double him no more because you got A.J. Brown on the other side, And if you double him, then you got Derrick Henry, because if you double him, normally you get doubled from the corner and the safety. The safety's supposed to be looking at Derrick Henry, John Henry in the back. Any slight, all you need is a second, and it's over. So that safety that normally will be focusing on the running back, they focusing on Julio Jones. And yeah, he's the second string court on wide receiver. But like you said, 1A, 1B. Like, I'm going to throw to the person that's open. That's Randy Moss, just bigger. Yeah. Randy Moss, just bigger. Because he runs fast. I think he runs a 4.4, He came from Alabama. Everybody that come from Alabama, they be balling. Like you alluded to, Amari Cooper, balling. He's balling. You got Mac Jones balling. You got Tua. Hopefully Tua do your thing. But everyone that come from Alabama,
and Derrick Henry.
Like, come on, man, John Henry, come on, man. Look what's going on.
Yeah.
So me personally, I think that it should be close, but it's not going to be close. I think that this game is going to be 24 to 34. The Tennessee Titans will win by 10 points. And, there was silence, all that negative talk that they had with Julio Jones. He'll remind you why his name is Julio.
Oh, yeah. Well, what other game you
the next